gives two cutaneous branches, sensory branches. They are medial cutaneous nerve of the upper arm and medial cutaneous nerve of the forearm. Now this one I think is medial cutaneous nerve of the forearm, which supplies skin of medial surface of the forearm, and medial cutaneous nerve of the upper arm supplies skin of medial surface of the upper arm. And we also remember that medial cutaneous nerve of the upper arm forms anastomosis with these lateral cutaneous nerves from second and third intercostal nerves and form intercostal brachial nerve here, yes, to supply skin of axillary fossa. And from posterior cord, continuation of posterior cord, it is a long branch which is named radial nerve, yes, nervus radialis. So radial nerve goes to posterior surface of the upper arm. It enters triangular interval, passes through triangular interval, how it is formed you will revise, and enters humeromuscular canal, how it is formed also you will revise, yes, and what else passes through humeromuscular canal. And before it enters, what here we can see, yes, and before it enters humeromuscular canal, it gives firstly some sensory branches, yes, it gives inferolateral cutaneous nerve of the upper arm and posterior cutaneous nerve of the upper arm to supply skin of these surfaces of upper arm correspondingly, yes. Then in humeromuscular canal it passes and it supplies all muscles of posterior group of the upper arm, which you will also revise, and then it goes out from humeromuscular canal between brachialis and brachioradialis muscles. And here we can see it, yes. And then here it gives one more cutaneous branch, which is posterior cutaneous nerve of the forearm to supply skin of posterior surface of the forearm. And then it gets divided into two branches, deep branch, no, here we cannot see, and superficial branch. So deep branch forms posterior interosseous nerve, which goes on the posterior surface of interosseous membrane of the forearm and supplies all the muscles of posterior group of the forearm, all of them, and also brachioradialis muscle. Superficial branch is moving downward next to brachioradialis muscle also, maybe this one. I think this one, yes. And then it continues to the hand, dorsal surface, and here in the dorsal surface of hand it will supply skin of lateral half of the hand and also 2.5 fingers except distal phalanges, yes, because distal phalanges will be supplied by median nerve. If we want to memorize, yes, how skin of the hand is supplied, in Russian groups, yes, we use this umru word. Umru in Russian it will be I will die, it means. Because here on the palmar surface, medial half, medial 1/3 and 1.5 fingers, they are supplied by ulnar nerve. Then lateral 2/3 and 3.5 fingers, median nerve, yes. Here on the dorsal surface, lateral half and 2.5 fingers, it is radial nerve, and medial half, 2.5 fingers, it is ulnar nerve. So UMRU, yes, like that. Yes. Symptom of injury of radial nerve is named wrist drop, because we understand that this radial nerve supplies all the muscles of posterior group of upper arm and forearm, and these are all muscles extensors, yes. So that's why extension of the hand in radiocarpal joint in case of injury of radial nerve will be impossible. So like this, wrist will drop and it will not be extended. And if lesion, if injury is at the very high level, then even extension of the forearm in elbow joint will be impossible. So that's it. Any questions?